Hello music fans and welcome back to my channel. My name is DarcHelmut and today we're continuing our journey through the BTS catalog. It appears I jumped the gun a little bit the last time I did a video. I did Boy With Love and that came after Boy In Love. So we'll fix that today. We'll take a listen to Boy In Love. But before we get into that, I just, as usual, want to thank all of you for your support. The comments. I appreciate all the information and the support you guys are giving me and all the kind words. And to all of you who are sending in the emails, some of your stories are great, fascinating, and just the detailed information you've been able to give me about the band and where to look. And it really helps. It helps me track down when I need to know and when I need to know it. And like I say, the personal stories from some of you are quite fascinating. I was just very appreciative to be able to connect with you guys in that way. So again, thank you. Keep the comments coming. It kind of, it keeps you motivated to do more and just to discover the band that has made you guys, the army you are. And the dedicated fans you are, and it's nice to jump into that pool sometimes and just kind of feel that warmth and that excitement that all of you have for BTS. So again, as usual, closed captions are on. We're going to run through it once without pausing, just so I can hear the music and hear the vocals and pay more attention to the video itself. And then we'll run it through a second time, and we'll pause it when we have to kind of break down the lyrics a little bit. This one, again, seems very self-explanatory on the outside, Boy In Love, but there's sometimes different meaning to the song, so I look forward to discovering that. So let's get right into it now, and first time through, all the way through.
되고파 너의 오빠 너의 사랑이 난 너무 고파 되고파 너의 오빠 널 갖고 말 거야 두고 봐 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 흔드는 건데 아빠 대체 어떻게 나한테 고백한 건지 나도 써야 될런지 네 앞에서 나 먼저 왜 씩씩대고 씩씩대고 징징대게 돼 나는 진지한데 찌질하게 시비를 걸게 돼 뭔데 신경 쓰여 다 그네로 만들어 뒤집어 인연이 들어 널 간다면 참 잘 갈 것 같아 가나다라 마마사 아하 그날 맡아타 똑같은 프로필 사진 왜 자꾸 확인할까 그렇다고 착각하기만 쉬운 남자 아니야 안 달랐어 나 안 달랐어 네가 뭔데 너만 잘났어 왜 나를 자꾸 놀려 너 이제 그만 hold up 꽉 잡아 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야 잡아 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want 네가 같이 모습과 너의 아름다움 내가 어떻게 변하면 되겠니 Hold up 삐딱어자 그런 건 낫자 다시 나쁘면 이고 말거나 네가 우라면 울어 웃으라면 웃어 쿨하면 쿨하라 난 달랐어 네가 뭔데 너만 잘났어 왜 나를 자꾸 놀려 너 이제 그만 hold up 꽉 잡아 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야 잡아 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야 배고파 너의 오빠 너를 향한 나의 맘을 왜 몰라 나를 모른 척해도 차가운 척해도 널 밀어내지 못하게 배고파 너의 오빠 너의 남자가 될 거야 두고 봐 나의 마음이 내게 닿도록 지금 달려갈 거야 꽉 잡아 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야 잡아 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야
Okay, yeah, I like that one. I like the aggressive sounds they use sometimes. Well, I guess perhaps just music in general, I like. That's why I like rock music. I like music with a little bit of a rougher edge, and this is what this one gives me, which is interesting in contrast to Boy with Love that had much softer sounds. And when you think about what the songs are singing about, and again watching the video, I'm guessing Boy in Love was very much a part of a boy who fell in love with a girl, and I mean, I'll have to. I didn't catch any of the lyrics really. I quite enjoyed the video. It was like a little movie, a little story. It was fun to watch, but of course I missed entirely almost all the lyrics. But getting back to what I was saying, Boy with Love is when you think what it's about and loving yourself and learning to love the little things in life, and that's very important when it comes to love in general. But it's a great feeling. It's a warm feeling, which kind of went along with the song. Whereas Boy in Love, this sounds like a much younger love, and that's a little more chaotic and a little more aggressive. It's a different kind of love yet. I think I speak for a lot of us when we were younger. Sometimes, we kind of want to force love because it's I don't know if selfish is the right word, but we're trying to fulfill a need. But love is a two-way street. So sometimes you really want something, but you aren't ready for it. So with Boy with Love, to me, is that stage when you're really ready to love somebody. When you can love yourself, and before that, it's a little more aggressive. It's more of I don't know the right word for it, but you're seeking it. It's a different kind of energy. It's a different kind of love than the one you find once you know how to love somebody. But anyways, I'm rambling on too much. I wanna catch the meaning in this one before I really make that comparison, because right now I'm just kind of basing it off of the title of the song and the aggression that I heard within the music. But sometimes the lyrics can tell us different things. So let's listen again and see what we can hear or read in the lyrics. I like this. This was funny. Was School of Love Affair the name of the album?
되고파 너의 오빠 너의 사랑이 난 너무 고파 되고파 너의 오빠 널 갖고 말.
Okay, yeah, just basically what I was saying a little bit beforehand, the aggressiveness of seeking love and how that's different from, well, anyway, we'll get deeper into that. Just I want to focus on the lyrics here. The final line, I will get you finally. So yeah, I mean, I guess the person, the target of his affection, doesn't know yet that he's fallen in love with her, and he's looking for a way to express it. He wants to be her lover, and he's going to find a way to do it. The first step when you first fall in love, going to somebody you can get advice from, and in this case it's his dad. It's like, Dad, how did you meet Mom? Like, obviously this guy's planning a relationship and a future with this girl, and he's trying to get good advice on how best to start that. So good for him. So far so good. Yeah, it's again, it's been a long time since I've had, young love. But I still remember, being around somebody that you loved that you hadn't connected with, and the way we'd fumble through things and just, sometimes do stupid things in front of them, and it's very difficult. It's funny how sometimes it can be so difficult to be ourselves around such a strong emotion like that. So I guess here he's singing about it here, where I'm making a fool of myself, and I can't tell you why. Okay, now I'm getting a slightly different vibe here. It doesn't sound like she's completely in on the going along with the plan here. I'm just going to go back a little bit. But don't underestimate. Yeah, like, what are you? Are you that superior? So I guess he's kind of made his initial approach and has gotten brushed off a little bit here. Perhaps he's come on a little too aggressively. When we really care for somebody, we might have cared for them in our minds for a long time. So and then when we approach people, I think maybe we hope that they've had those same feelings for that same length of time. So, sometimes you can feel so good about something and so sure about a relationship, but until you know these things, you can't guess. So he's apparently he's getting a little frustrated because she's not quite as far along in this relationship as he is. Yeah, see, again, talking about teasing him, where I guess they have a friendship perhaps, and he's fallen in love with her, and she's still in friendship land, and they can play and flirt and tease each other, and she's just not, she's not seen it from a different side, a different kind of love, a friendship kind of love, as opposed to a passion kind of love. So yeah, he seems to be getting a little frustrated by this, hence the little bit of aggression, like I was speaking to before, that kind of early love when you haven't learned to love yourself yet, which kind of ties in with boy with love later on, where they've learned to love themselves a little better and to appreciate little things in life, and it allows them to reach out and to truly love somebody else. Whereas, early on, we haven't learned these lessons yet sometimes. And, I can't speak for everybody, but I went through a lot of this when I was a lot younger. And, there would be girls I were sure were going to be like the forever girl. And then, yeah, it doesn't always work out that way. I mean, you have to get to know somebody, and that takes time. And when you're young, you just want to, charge through life, and yeah, we got to slow down and learn to love yourself first. That's you'll never be in a successful relationship until you learn to love yourself first. This is really, I think everybody goes, I assume, I mean, there are some people who have met and fell in love for the first time, and they were with them forever. And I wish everybody could do that. But reality is sometimes we have to go through some relationships to grow and learn and develop, before we can really fall in love with that person. But just the couple lines here is, yeah, he's not dealing with this really well. He's kind of starting to lash out at her now because I guess his advancements aren't working, and so now he's kind of blaming her now. You know, you're like a bad girl and you're worst girl inside. And, yeah, if you lose me, you would be sorry about it. It's a lot of pressure, and it's not easy. Relationships aren't easy, and this is, yeah, he's obviously going through a very difficult time with this. I mean, it's you know, I don't know if we've all had our hearts broken or not, but that is heartbreaking. Even if you've never been in that relationship, to find out that maybe it's not possible it's equally heartbreaking. It's just in this case only one of two people get heartbroken, but yeah, so let's go on. Yeah, sorry, he's obviously going through some really mixed feelings there. You know, when you're sick, don't call 911, call me. Like he still wants to be there for this girl, but at the same time, he's also having all these other kind of very difficult feelings, and you can tell he's really grasping at this point, and it's kind of sad when you look at it in a relationship perspective, when one person loves somebody else so much and the other person just doesn't share those feelings. And
날 덮치기 전에 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야
So I didn't really get whether he got her at the end there. And then it was at him. And this is also interesting. It kind of cycled through different members of the group. So Boy in Love, if we look at it as more of a, instead of as an individual, now we look at it from the band's perspective. Um, so we got a boy who is, aggressively seeking a girl, and went through almost stages of grief by the end of the song, to either not get her at the end, or the story to continue. Now we look at it from a band perspective, and so here's a band seeking approval, seeking not just approval, but everything that goes with being, a big group. The support from the fans and the love and the affection, and all the things a lot of guys get into, or girls or get into music for, is that kind of it's a real bonding moment, like when you have that many people who care about you. And it's, I don't want to say it's the wrong kind of love per se, and it's almost a little bit of the message of this, or the tone of the song here, is what leads me to believe that. But it's almost like it's a selfish kind of love. You're seeking approval, but you're not, like we touched on before, you haven't learned to love yourself yet. So it's very difficult for that relationship to be two ways when only one, when one is so aggressively seeking it. And then you skip ahead to Boy with Love, and they're talking about, learning to love themselves, and accept being loved, and with their fans. So it's like a before and after of Army. It's like Boy in Love is this group of guys seeking the approval, and appreciation, and love of their fans. And of course, Boy with Love is that same group who have realized that, they have to start appreciating the little things in life, and to love themselves, to really be able to make that real strong bond and connection that I think what BTS and Army have obviously done over the years. They've built this incredible bond. Sorry, excuse me just a moment. So yeah, I mean, I love the song. It was a great song. I like the harder edge stuff that they do. I noticed V a little bit in this one. I know he doesn't get talked about very much, I've noticed. And he always seems to be kind of stuck in the back, but he had a couple of moments to shine in there, so credit to V for that one. RM, as always, stands out for me. I just love him vocally. I love the tone of that voice. It really kind of matches this kind of rap, rock, K-pop sound genre that BTS is kind of doing here, and it's very interesting that they've they're evolving a sound. They're creating a new sound out of something different, and it's been very impressive so far. So again, there's another one down, Boy in Love. It's going to be hard to pick favorites. I'm going to do a video one day of all the, probably when I get to about 10 or so songs, I'll do a top 10 just for fun, just to see where I am. And then 6 months down the road, it'll be fun to kind of revisit that for myself, just to see what I thought about it then. And over time, when I listen to music, my mind can change quite a bit. Like Butter, for instance, I've really quite softened on the song. I think it's quite good. So there we have it. Again, thank you very much. Have yourselves a great evening, a great afternoon, or great morning, wherever you are in the world. Have a fabulous day, and we'll see you soon.